Alrighty, good morning, good morning. These have a very important role. This is the spine for the cardboard that goes in my journal cover. And this is wet, so I better not mess with it for a minute. All I did was, this is going inside to keep it semi-stiff, even though the journal will keep it a little stiff too. But it's just a bunch of scraps sewed together, literally. I put a binding around the edges, and I have to go in here today at art class and put some more binding here to close off those ends. And I just got an idea. I don't know if you can do this. I know it's not sustainable. It won't last very long. We had a really tragic thing happen here in the United States. It's tragic when a plane crashes. This case was a helicopter. When anybody dies at an early age, especially if some of their family is with them. We had a very famous basketball player. I'm not a basketball fan, but I am a fan of this man. Kobe Bryant, who played for LA for a long time. And others, I think. I'm not sure. Anyhow, he was going somewhere with his daughter and some other people. And the helicopter crashed, killing everybody. Him and his daughter. This other couple, the man and the wife, and I don't know if it was their only child or one of their children. And the pilot. Anyhow, I think they said 9 people died altogether. It's really sad. Then you have buffoons in the White House doing stupid stuff, and good people have to go too early. Not that that didn't come out right. Anyhow, oh, I kind of like that. That might last through my trip. The washi tape on the edges. I know it is not a permanent solution, but it's pretty. And this happens to be kind of, sort of like a fabric print washi tape. And I guess I'm just going to jabber. I don't have a lot to do today because I actually pre-did something. A couple things. A few things. And I'd made plans yesterday afternoon with my friend out in California that we've been friends since the 4th grade, where I went in August for her mom's birthday. She's coming here, hopefully, if everything works out right, in April during her kids' spring break. She's never been here, and staying at the beach with us. So that will be fun. She has to get a babysitter for her mom, which is the hard part. Okay, so yeah, this is just what they call 4 patches, for lack of a better word. It's actually it's actually 16 patches that I did 2 of them. And then I put something in the middle that I decided it needed to be a little bit longer. And a lot of this is K Facet fabric, which is my favorite designer. My favorite designer. And then this was batik fabric, which I wish would show a little bit more. Anyhow, I chose to make these big pockets where the traveler's notebook can slide into also, but I can also stash, because, you know, have stuff will stash. So now I'm going to put some more stability in it with this cardboard. That's just a cereal box, or actually I think it's a breakfast croissant box. Kurti, my family that's in your neck of the woods is in the Sacred Valley on their way to that sacred place. And she showed oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. They're in a little teeny tiny town called Urubamba, and the aqueducts and the Inca stuff is just fascinating. So I am doing this to and this is purposely a tad shorter so that the rubber bands for the inserts can kind of have their own spot and slide right. And where'd they go? I had little tiny pieces of cardboard that I'm going to reinforce the top. So when the rubber bands go in, they don't, there they are, choke it down. Now I'm going to reinforce this more. This is just temporary to hold it together while I'm working with it. That will reinforce those ends from bending in. And if it happens, it happens. Not like a deal breaker, but I'd rather it didn't. Then I'm gonna tape it. And I'm gonna leave a tiny, tiny, tiny gap so it folds smoothly. And then this will, here it is, go in here. The dog is making funny noises. Now I'll tape it better, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm going to do. And it may not even need this, and I may choose to take it out. Might be just overkill. Plus I can't see all the pretty fabric on the inside. Or I could glue more fabric on top of this. Now, Traveler's Notebook insert. We'll go kind of like this. Or no, it won't. It'll go on top. And I have some of those rubber bands somewhere. Somewhere. So, cool. And I like it, and it's good for a quilt retreat. This will just be my own personal journal that I'm going to document my trip in, which I will show you when I get back, because I'm not going to document it on the road. So that's done. Then, let's see, I think I'm gonna, this is still wet. I painted the cover, sorta. Then, in my email, hold on, let's stick to Dune. All right, I'm going back to this ugly one and including Dune on here. And I wrote the ecological issues with dunes and how they grow and how they help and blah, blah, blah. And that is going to go in here somehow. So this is my prompt for today, Dune. And this just came off of Wikipedia. All right, somehow some of the other stuff I worked on this morning, because I've been up since the crack of dawn, got added to this. It's a good thing I caught that now. Okay. I didn't think it was that long. Just talks about the different grasses and how they grow. Composed of calcium carbonate from seashells, rotting seaweed brought on by storm wave adds nutrients to allow the species of the grasses to colonize the dune. And they're very highly thought of around here. You're not supposed to walk on them or pick them or anything. Although my mom picked one time years and years and years ago. So hopefully it's replenished itself by now. So there's my driftwood. There's my dune. And I might figure out something to do here. Now, ideally, in my ink drawer here, this is what I'm looking for. There's a bunch of different layers on here because of the papers that I put on earlier. So can I do this? Just to add color with Distress ink. Yes, I can, because I like that. This one had a bunch of layers, which actually ended up getting covered up, but with the paint, I went too heavy on the paint. And they don't match the brown and the green, but the green sticking out on the original page works for me. Now, this has a lot more texture, this page. And that might be it. Because if I go too far, I'm not going to like it again, I'm afraid. I think I might just do that and call it done. Dune and Driftwood, done. Tomorrow's Barnacle. And Barnacle will be, oh, I love this page. Right here is, nope, that's Turtle. Oh, Barnacle is that page that I skipped on accident. Here. But in my email this morning, I had a note from Jose Naranja. Not really. He wrote, he saw my video and saw that I wanted him to write a foreword to my book. And so he did. A prologue. And I'm going to put it in the beginning. This is from Jose Amfodo. The maker of this journal, Beth, continues to grow in her medium of paper, glue, paint, and chaos. She and I often discuss, I'm sure we do, her approach to each project, and she never listens to my advice. She always listens to the paper. Her projects guide themselves almost always, and I admire her for that. Thank you. Most of all, she strives to use her art as a way to keep calm, have fun, and connect with others every day. Her love of travel and those memories enable her to bring many elements and insights into her work that add to an everyday topic or prompt, and that makes an impact on each spread. I wish her many more journal projects and continue fun and keep the chaos rolling. Jose. So thank you, Jose, for my prologue. Very excited and proud to have had that in my email this morning. So I think I'm going to somehow put that on here and this here. Although his page should be organized, but alas, it's my stuff, so it's not going to be organized. And then I wrote an ending for my journal, or a dedication page, I guess, or why I did the journal, because I have 2 pages, I think, that were blank. Yeah. Hold on. Can't rip paper and talk at the same time. This is why I do voiceovers. So that'll go there. That'll go there. And then you turn the page, and here's my dedication to the book and the reason why I did it, which I was going to use this paper, which is quite colorful and something I had in my stash that I made. If you hear snoring, it's not me, it's the dog. I'm not boring myself, but apparently I'm boring him. I might add a little bit more color in these white spots because, you know, don't want color. I mean white spots. And then my dedication, which will go here, says this beach art journal is dedicated to our latest adventure in life at a new beach house. I guess it's my way of acclimating. Oh dear. I feel tears coming. I guess it's my way of acclimating and cherishing each element in this newfound journey. The beach house journey, I didn't think this was going to happen. Started as a new beginning, closing. Oh, we're going to start this again because I started crying. There are times when it hits us that, oh yeah, our parents aren't here. And next week will be the 1-year anniversary of my dad's passing already, which is hard to believe. So sometimes that stuff comes forward. Still, let's take 2. Let's see if I can do this without crying. All right. This beach art journal is dedicated to our latest adventure in life at a new beach house. I guess it's my way of acclimating and cherishing each element in this newfound journey. The beach house journey started as a new beginning, closing a very sad chapter and jumping into a new one. My documenting it allowed the feelings of sadness and loss morph into excitement and new possibilities. So thanks, journal process, no matter the level of chaos. Thanks for letting me art out my feelings by using paint, paper, glue, and making something beautiful. So we have the dedication from, or the prologue from Jose, which we need to glue Jose in a little bit bigger so he doesn't run away. Because now that he's here, I'm sure he wants to stay. And I will do something with the cover once this paint dries, which now has a little bit of extra added texture. And tomorrow we'll do Barnacle. And that is Dune, and that is done. Dune and Driftwood are done. And I'm glad they're together, because they often end up together on a beach. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.